Hi, I'm Ted Robinson. You've heard me explain about present, or the present moment, and you've heard me explain about emotional freedom technique. This video is going to tell you about how using emotional freedom technique can bring you, or help to bring you, into the present moment. Now, the reason for that is because if you understand the present moment, it means being here now, in stillness and silence, like that. And everything else is the past or the future. That's when your mind is involved. The left half of your mind, your conscious mind, is involved in the past in terms of regret and resentment and anger and rage and you name it. And future in terms of fretting and anxiousness and worry and fear, because it's projecting whatever happened in the past way into the future. The only thing different here is in the present moment there is none of that fear. There is none of that anger. You're just here. You're just here now. So, the idea here is to use emotional freedom technique, EFT, to eliminate all that mind stuff, which then leaves you present. And that's the whole idea. So what we do first is we decide what are the issues that are holding me out of the present moment, and then we eliminate them. Because the only things that keep you out of the present moment are negativity, anticipation, fear, stress, worry, and pain. And all those things are amenable to being eliminated using emotional freedom technique. That's how we take you out of all the mind-based things and into the quiet stillness of the present moment. As a practical matter, taking you into the present moment means getting you out of all the negativity in your life. So let me give you some examples and let me show you how we're going to do this. First off, if you have a lot of resentments, if people have been doing you wrong, if you've been a victim all your life, that's a pretty negative feeling, right? You got a lot of anger, you got a lot of hatred perhaps. You have all kinds of negativity that comes from the past. In fact, I teach a thing called the personal peace procedure that Gary Craig, the founder of EFT, originally developed, and I've expanded it a little bit. The bottom line of it is what that does is we eliminate, by using emotional freedom technique, every single anger, every resentment, every aspect of negativity that's left over from your past that stops you from being in the present moment, in stillness, quiet, and love. So all those people are like a big bag full of crap that you're hanging on to, that you're dragging around with you all the time. So with EFT, we would do the following. Let's say Joe Schmo did something wrong to you when you were a kid or when you were an adult. Just threw you over if you're a woman, or even if you're a man. And you hate him, and you can't stand him. And every time anybody even says the word Joe, you go, Joe Schmo, I hate him. You say, well, here's how we're going to do that. I can't go into the present moment if I'm in the past all the time. So what we do is we say as follows. We use emotional freedom technique in this way. We say, even though I hate Joe Schmo, I love and accept myself. Even though I can't stand that SOB, I hate Joe Schmo, I love and accept myself no matter what. Even though I despise Joe, I love myself no matter what. And we're going to use two fingers on each side of the meridian system. So we're going to be doing two meridians simultaneously, one on either side of the center. So we say, I hate Joe Schmo. We always do this because we're using the negative so we can keep the meridians blocked, if you remember. And now we're going to eliminate the blockages by tapping on the access points. We say, I can't stand Joe Schmo. I hate Joe Schmo. I can't stand that guy. He ruined my life. Can't stand Joe Schmo. I hate Joe Schmo. And I'll never talk to him ever again. I can't stand Joe Schmo. That's one shortcut round of EFT. And you actually will feel a reduction in your anger or hatred of Joe Schmo. Now, if you still have something left, you say, if you still have something left on your SUDS, your SUDS, Subjective Understanding of Distress Scale, you'd say, even though I've had some reduction in my anger towards Joe, I love and accept myself nonetheless. Even though there's a bit less anger in me about Joe Schmo, I'm feeling a lot better, but there's still a lot more to go. I've got a lot of anger for Joe Schmo left. So even though there's been a reduction in my anger towards Joe Schmo, I'm feeling much better, but there's still a lot more to go. I love myself no matter what. I'm feeling a little better, but there's a lot more to go. I'm feeling a little bit better, but there's still a ton more of anger about Joe Schmo. I can't stand that Joe Schmo, but I'm feeling a little better. I don't like Joe Schmo. Whatever anger is left about Joe Schmo within me, I'd like to let it go. Now, all the remaining anger about Joe Schmo, any and all remaining anger about Joe Schmo, all remaining anger about Joe Schmo. And that's the shortcut version of EFT and how you eliminate the anger about anybody or anything that's still hanging on to me. When you're completely done with that, what's left is you'll feel a floating feeling. You'll be at a zero, and there'll be nothing left of your anger and resentment towards this Joe Schmo. Now, if there are other people, you want to do them too, of course. And you want to do them all until such time as you feel like you're just floating. In that instance, the mind will quiet, the body will become still, and peacefulness will come over you. And that is when you're in the present moment. Just like now. And this is what it's like to be in the present moment.